Thanks, Jenna, for the little intro there, and hi everyone for joining. Thank you guys for being a partner and working with us. And like Jenna said, we have a service-based model, and I think for a lot of our agency partners, it's not uncommon to see service components when it comes to different SaaS platforms. But I think the way that we like to approach our services with agencies is we like to be more of a team member with you rather than competing. So, kind of the goal today is we'll talk about Justuno Plus, kind of how it works, the stats, some templates. We'll also talk about pro services, how that works with onboarding or hiring us to do some custom work, kind of the difference between the two. And then we'll also just kind of highlight how we work with the agency. We'll reserve a little bit of time at the end for Q&A. I also have the ability to kind of show you some of the Commerce AI features, which I'm sure some of you guys are interested in seeing as well. So like I said, how can we help you support your client goals and work as a team? You guys all specialize in, email marketing, paid ads, website design. You kind of have that core competency, and then you added another layer by finding just, you can help, with list building or mirroring messages from offsite sources to the on-site experience, increase conversion rates. But you want to not only have those foundational things, but you want to take maybe just and some of those strategies to the next level with your clients, and we can work together in terms of design and strategies. Work with you and the agency with your brands and find some good nuggets and easy opportunities so that they can get a fully integrated on-site strategy to help with CRO. I think the most popular model with our services is Justuno Plus and agencies. Just really the foundation of the Justuno Plus plan. It comes with our Commerce AI feature. Now, this feature works well with BigCommerce, Shopify, Magento, and WooCommerce, and we have done a couple custom ones in the past, but usually those are the main four cart platforms that we work with. And when you sign up for Justuno Plus, we make sure that you're on the most updated version of our embed code. We then inject your product catalog from your merchant, your product history, your purchase history, and we match that with your visitor profile. Then, with the Commerce AI, we have 5 base algorithms, and you can do upsell, cross-sell, most viewed, most purchased, and previously viewed. And you can display these type of promotions throughout the visitor experience. So maybe you have somebody that's in kind of apparel and you want to help them bundle packages or show more dynamic upsells throughout the visitor experience. We have a tool that makes it a little bit easier. You can do that right now in the essential plan, but it's much more granular and it's a single use case. The cool thing with Commerce AI is that you can make like an in-page offer, and it has a kind of a carousel of items, and it shows maybe 10 to 15 different items there, but it's always going to be dynamically different based upon the person on the site, what they have in cart, and their previous history. So it helps you personalize in a sense at scale without being so narrowly focused. Another benefit of Justuno Plus is that it comes with a dedicated Justuno rep that works with you. We have an in-house CRO strategist, and that first few months on Justuno will help you kind of get the foundation offers, lead capture, exit offer, banners, cart abandonment. But that strategist is going to work with you to uncover some data points inside of our admin and our analytics to say, okay, let's try and target these Facebook ads with a different incentive, or people that add $100 to their cart, they usually bounce after like 6 page loads. Maybe we should do a display here. So, what agencies and merchants like about it is that you guys are experts. You have kind of some insight there. We're just going to add another layer and give you some suggestions to kind of incorporate. You do get unlimited traffic on this plan. You do get better onboarding experience, not only learning the AI components, but just kind of getting some foundational campaigns set up with your clients. But if you need something like more development assistant or access to maybe like a template library with our pro services team, that's available to you. So, it's much more of I guess just more chefs in the kitchen, but it's not really a bad thing. There's always like an executive chef, and then there's a sous chef, and the sous chef is just as good, but we still follow what you guys have in mind for your agency and your clients. You have maybe a specific roadmap with your merchants. We'll just come in and give you some suggestions to incorporate. One thing to note about Justuno Plus is that it does, we don't execute the design and looks. We'll rely on that with you because you guys probably have a team, but we can add on some design elements if that's of interest to you. Just a handful of Plus customers over the past couple months. We signed up Waste Management. Slim Fold's a really cool wallet company. Rosaclat has really cool bands, but I think the majority of these merchants, what they like about and how they work with agencies, their agency and us, is that they're getting an extra set of CRO strategies from Justuno along with you guys. They've seen huge increases in lead capture. They've seen decreases in cart abandonment, and then the ones that are using the AI upsell cross sells, they're seeing an increase in products added to the cart, or just in general, making that AOV $10, $12 more per session or per purchase. The other model here, guys, is our professional services. So it's more of a white glove option. We do have a couple other tweaks to that plan, but I guess the foundation you can think about with pro services is that we have a team of strategists and designers that will work with your clients. We can help with development. You get access to the AI features. You get access to our in-house design team and a strategist. Now, there's a couple models here with pro services. We have the fully managed white glove where, maybe you have a merchant that you want to focus more on. I want to focus more on their email management, and that's really going to be my priority with these guys, but I really need to get them on Justuno and, up and running, and I just can't do this right now. You can have them sign up for a white glove service, and we'll design, deploy, run tests with you, work with you and the merchant to get optimized for that on-site experience. We also have some flexibility when it comes to pro service to plus. So some of our users have signed up and said, okay, this is a year contract, but the first 3 months, I want you guys to help me build all these campaigns and get off the ground. And after that 3 months, the rest of the 9-month commitment will be on Justuno Plus. I get access to the AI features, which I like, and I still get a strategist, but I got the foundation going, and now I just have somebody there to kind of help me out throughout the year, whether it's like different holidays or different promo strategies based on needs. We have some options with holiday planning or specific projects. So if you need like a one-time design, or you need somebody to kind of help with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday rush, we can be there to kind of help out and assist with your guidance on what you know about the merchant and their brand. And we'll include some ideas that we think would be best for them as well. So here's some clients on pro service over the years. Some names probably pop out to you here. Pure Vita actually came over from Bounce Exchange. I believe Thrive Cosmetics as well. They came over to us and said, hey, we want to go with you. We want some of the same designs and triggers that we had in Bounce Exchange. Can you help us replicate those in Justuno? And, we helped them with that transfer. But during that process, we also gave them some other promotional campaigns and ideas that helped improve list capture or list acquisition, or driving more sales conversions. A couple other ones here that are really interesting. Fashion Nova came to us. They didn't have any lead capture. They didn't have anything, but we helped them test a few offers. We were collecting, hundreds of thousands of email leads with them. Some other ones here like Base Travel and a few others hired us for specific design use cases. So they wanted a cool spin to win, and they didn't have the team in-house to do the coding associated with it. So they hired us on a one-time basis, and we made something really unique to them. So across the board with our pro services and our plus, mostly on the pro services side here though, the average email collection from what they were before to after they started with us is increased by 61%. The engagement rate of their traffic is increased. They've decreased cart abandonment rate, and they've engaged a number of visitors to conversion in the same session or a subsequent session. So like I mentioned earlier, there's a couple flexible ways that we can work with you and the merchant. And it's really dependent upon what you need, what how we want to work together and not compete with services, or we can collaborate on services. It's really kind of flexible in that regard. And I think we'll just kind of go through some examples here of what you can get with pro services. Like I mentioned earlier, if you don't have the time or bandwidth and somebody wants something unique like this, you can come to us and say, hey, I want a really cool spin to win for my client. We should get them on pro services, and we can get them the cool spin to win design, and maybe you can help me with like a cool exit offer promo. And we'll do that for the next 3 months, and then we'll get you on pro services for 3 months, then 9 months on Justuno Plus, where you get access to the AI feature, and we'll help you with those campaigns. Really, I think the main takeaway is that we could just be an extension of your agency. We do this day in and day out. We know that you guys have your preferred vendors and your preferred services that you really want to focus on. And sometimes a new platform, even as beneficial as just can be just more time, and time is one thing you can't get back. So if you need us to help you with your foundational campaigns, with your specific designs or specific strategies, we're always here to kind of help out and make sure that we're performing. So I guess we'll kind of recap here with the differences and how we support your agency. So again, professional services, if your agency is just too busy and you don't have the time to manage the Justuno accounts for your clients, you can recommend them to come on our plans, and we'll help you build campaigns or run offers. If you have a certain season like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you just don't have the time to redesign pop-ups for your clients, or you need a little bit of extra insight on like different targeting rules for that season, like we can give you some insight there. If you just need more strategy, we're just there to help out or build deeper integrations or help you collect more information for your Klaviyo account for your merchant. We can definitely do that. The same thing with Justuno Plus. If you just need more guidance on rules but don't really want us to help with the design, you just want access to the AI features and that account manager to kind of be in the background and spot checking some of your work, we could do that as well. So really, those are like the two main differentiators between the two. I will be honest with you, most of our agency partners and their merchants have been leaning more towards Justuno Plus, because you guys like to own the branding and the design work. We'll just be there to kind of give you guidance on promo ideas that you may miss or might not see. And then we'll also help you leverage some of the AI tools. So before we get into some questions here, I'm sure some of you have it, I just wanted to go over quickly, because I'm sure some of you haven't seen the Commerce AI rules. So I'm in an account here, and you can see on the tab here, we have this Commerce AI section. And what I was mentioning earlier with this comes with Plus or Pro services, and you can come in here and make a rule. And here's those base algorithms that we were talking about earlier: upsell, cross-sell, most viewed, most purchased, and previously viewed. I'm just going to click cross-sell here, and you can see we have some filters, whether you want to force include certain products into the displays, or you want to do some certain tags onto this display as well. You could definitely tweak the algorithm to match what they need. Once you create that rule, you come into your design canvas here, and I just made a little quick offer. And you can see it's actually a layer here on the left-hand side that you drag over. Once you drag over and you click on that layer, you can see the rule that I just created is showing up, and you have some editing capabilities. And I guess I could just preview it here and kind of show, this is just one example of what we can provide. Is maybe we do a banner if somebody adds a certain amount of products to the cart, or certain dollar amount, and you can see with this, whoops, sorry about that. You see this here, it's like a little scrolling item. You can add items to the cart. You still have all of the targeting rules associated. It's just like any other Justuno display. You can say, I want to target people with X amount of items in the cart, or they're on a specific page, they're over a certain dollar amount. It's really, again, kind of dependent on the merchant, what they potentially see, and we also give you some recommendations. So that was just kind of a quick preview, and I hope it kind of helps explain some of the opportunities that we can do working together. And I guess we can just kind of open it up to questions here.
Yeah, we've already got a couple, Matt. One note I wanted to make, I know that you weren't going into like a full demo there, but just wanted to reiterate that those options are completely customizable to you, like the design part of that. So you can absolutely, if you're making something in page, it can match exactly what your client's site looks like. All of the buttons, the price and everything, you can show like the regular price and like the sale price. So yeah, it's completely customizable, just like the rest of our platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said too, Jenna, like the rules are also the main component. Like yes, you can match your client's branding and feel with this layer, and what these tiles are being presented to me are based upon not only the rule that I created, but my experience on the site, or what's in my cart. But you have the rules here where you can target specific pages, or you want to do maybe somebody who adds a specific SKU to their cart, so you can do an upsell there. So it is very flexible on when, where, and who sees
Yeah.
this specific display.
And we did have, I believe we had somebody, Brian Anthony's was using it in their cart, if I remember correctly, like the pop out cart. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, let's go ahead and get into some questions. We have a couple. So one in chat and one in Q&A are pretty similar. So in chat, Matt asks, I see guidance is the term being used for plus. Does that mean your team will not do any implementation? On the same hand, in Q&A, Derek asks, does this mean essential plans won't get, quotes, guidance with rules or any other strategy help unless we're on plus or pro? So I think those are kind of the same question.
Yeah. So Derek, first and foremost, you have your agency manager, and we'll always help you with rules and guidance on, because you guys are a valuable partner. We'll always help you when it comes to like account management. The component with Justuno Plus is that you're actually getting a CRO expert. We have a couple in-house that really dive into your analytics a little bit more and just give you more suggestions of promos. So it's not saying like you have to be on Justuno Plus to get that type of account management. You have myself or Balde or Scott or Aaron there to kind of help out. The account manager on Plus is going to help you uncover some other ideas that maybe you're not seeing and we can see. And then secondly, they're going to focus more on helping you leverage this AI tool. We'll help you find some different algorithms to tweak around, some different in-page promotions or different displays based upon what we're seeing. Jenna just mentioned the Bryn Anthony. We have a case study. What they did was they got on Plus. They said, okay, I want to do this carousel under all my PDP pages, and we just targeted in-page there. But they also targeted the cart page, the cart slider that they had, and then the checkout area. So those were suggestions that we gave, and they initially thought about just doing this on like the post engagement screen of a pop-up. They said, hey, give us your email, and then that second screen, it was like, thanks for signing up. You also might like these items, or people have bought this. But we gave them some suggestions to not only the agency and the merchant, and then they incorporated it. So I hope that helps a little bit, Derek.
Yeah, that sounds good. Matt, who asked the question, and then also Derek, let us know if that answered your question. If not, we're happy to loop back around. Okay, John Stern, who is one of our partners, is giving Matt and myself a shout out. So, hey, John, thanks for attending.
Hey.
Good to see you. And then one of our own team members, Scott, who is he is one of our account agency managers. He asks, how often are you able to meet with your strategist?
Yeah, good question. So, I think kind of the standard thing is like bi-weekly, but we've also customized it to where we can meet once a week. We've also said, if you want to just do you and me, the agency and us, like that's fine. Or we can do it collaboratively where the merchant, the agency, and us are involved. So it's really kind of up to how you guys want to work. I would say the first couple months are probably a little bit more hands-on, and you definitely would want to schedule something maybe once a week or bi-weekly to get started, because not only the AI component takes a little bit of time to learn, but I think we want to make sure that those first couple months are just really optimizing your foundational campaigns that we talked about earlier. So really kind of dependent upon the merchant and the agency and how you guys want to work.
Cool. Sounds good. Does anyone else have any questions? We've addressed everything that came through the Q&A, but if you have any questions about targeting rules, about what kind of clients these are good fits for, anything like that.
I think maybe just expanding upon that, I think when you try to position maybe Justuno Plus, anybody that's on Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, or WooCommerce, right off the bat, like we can work with them. I would say an ideal client that would probably benefit really well from these upsell cross sells, like they probably need a good amount of SKUs. I wouldn't suggest this probably to somebody who has maybe one product or two products or five, maybe, how much can you do with the upsell cross sell in that regard? But if we do have some plus merchants who have a small product catalog and they just like the account management component. So I wouldn't say it's not mutually exclusive to people who have a ton of products or SKUs, but we will say that if you have 1,000 different products, there's so many different opportunities for the upsell cross sell. And again, this is being dynamically changed based upon what my experience is on site and kind of the tweaks to the rules. So maybe that can kind of give you some idea. And when you think about Justuno Plus, you can always ping your account manager, your agency manager, and we can set up a demo, walk it through with you and the merchant on the call, and talk about some areas of opportunity and just build from there.
Okay, we have another question coming from Michael. He asks, a lot of these services are for e-commerce. How can I apply this to the multifamily industry? I'm not sure if I'm clear on what multifamily industry is. Can you explain a little bit more, Michael, just either in the chat? And we'll wait to see.
I will say, it's probably the majority of the users have been e-commerce. Just right off the bat, I think it's kind of a foundational thing. Is we're doing upsell cross sell. You can't really do that as much in terms of like a publishing site. But looking back at the client list, we worked with Forbes, and Forbes is a huge publishing company. It gets millions and millions of visitors a month, and they came to us, to our pro services team, because they were looking for more strategic ways to do some lead capture and get people into their email series. So they did have access to the Commerce AI. Wasn't really a fit for them because they're not really doing much upsell cross sell, but they hired our pro services team because they wanted the design help, they wanted some strategic help, and that's a kind of the pillar of one of that plan option. So it looks like maybe you responded here.
Oh yeah, here. Yeah, our agency works with apartment buildings. We mainly use Justuno banners for updates. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think with that type of vertical there, Michael, like if you wanted to hire us for Justuno Plus, like the Commerce AI probably wouldn't work. It depends on kind of your cart platform and what you're doing. But I think what would probably benefit you, Michael, is having that CRO strategist. We notice a lot of these paid ads aren't doing a lot of action on your site, or you have this form in your banner, but it's like 3 to 6 fields and it's not really performing well for lead capture. We can give you some suggestions around there. So, if you wanted to reach out to your manager and talk a little bit more about it, we can definitely, work through some scenarios. So, thanks for providing the insight though.
Yeah, another thing, Michael, is I'm not sure how robust your team is, but if you needed help on design or you wanted to just make something special, like, Matt mentioned, we offer like a holiday package. Also, if you work with apartment buildings, I'm not sure if you are leveraging SMS. It looks like we have a couple of our SMS partners on the call today. But it could be something where you're trying to work through an integration and you need something spiffy to capture SMS, for example. You can absolutely lean on our team to help provide that. Cool. He says, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah,
All right.
you're welcome.
If there are any more questions, feel free. We're coming up at the hour. I believe we have this open for a full hour though. So we have some more time. If you guys have any other questions, I guess I can direct a question to our attendees and just ask what is most interesting about this, or are you guys finding that you need help with targeting rules most often? Is that like a big pain point for your agency, or is it more of a fact like you don't know what all is possible with targeting rules or plus? I just kind of pose a question back to you guys, if anyone feels comfortable answering that. Yeah, okay, so Matt chimes in. He says, yeah, I think it's not knowing everything that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with any new piece of software, or like any software in general, it just takes a little bit of time with the learning curve. I think with Justuno, a lot of people kind of come in and say, okay, like Justuno is a good pop-up tool. Like it helps with list acquisition. That's kind of our bread and butter, which is fine. But over time, we want to help educate you as an agency to learn about different display types, different segments that you can target. I think that's really where you can make a lot of money with Justuno, is building out a roadmap for your agency and saying, these are the things that we start out with any new merchant on Justuno. And then during that process, I think you learn a lot about the targeting rules, where and when you can do different promos or incentives based upon the audience, and also the branding, the brand and what they're available, what they can offer. This Justuno Plus and Pro Service option, I think, helps with that learning curve. If you want to get somebody on Justuno Plus, and you really want to make sure they do well on Justuno, we'll help you with those foundational campaigns. We'll help you with the upsell and cross sell. And there's just so many different niches of a website where we can do an offer for, trying to drive some more conversion. So I think it just takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to it. I think about the first time I logged in, we have HubSpot for our email and our CRM. The first time I logged in, I had no idea where I was going, because I was so used to Salesforce before I started at Justuno. And then, now I know the CRM side pretty well. Every once in a while, I'll peek into the email side of HubSpot, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? I have no idea what's going on. So any software, there's complexity.
That, we might put you in charge of it now.
Yeah. Any software, there's going to be kind of a learning curve. But, we can definitely provide some guidance to help you learn a little bit more. And then you can find some ways to charge your clients more. And, Justuno Plus is kind of a good way to help with that. It's a good option. You also have your account managers to kind of help with training. So we just wanted to show today that there's offerings here to kind of ease your day-to-day, where you don't have that anxiety. It's like, I want to recommend Justuno, but I'm not 100% sure on how to do it or what to do. You can leverage us to kind of help make sure the merchant does well, and you can focus on your core competency, which is maybe email marketing or paid ads. And we're just an extension of your team in a sense.
Yeah. And I hope everybody feels comfortable reaching out to us, or to Matt or Scott, Aaron, or Balde. We're always happy to just tell you if something's possible or not. I know some partners, like Matt is just saying, Matt, who asked the question, like not knowing everything that's possible. Hit us up. If you have like right now, we're seeing a lot of brands come online from brick and mortar, right? So what do we do for those people? Do you even know that Justuno can help with that? Or, a lot of brands are putting money into ad spend right now. How do we entertain those use cases? So there are things we can do. And if you don't know if it's possible, or you just have a question, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll tell you if it's possible or not. And that's really the role of the strategist in these relationships, is to guide you through and actually give you ideas. So that's a big benefit. Okay, I guess I'll make one last call for questions. If anyone has anything else they'd like to ask to Matt, you've got him one-on-one right now, so now's the time. And I know we've had some questions too about this being recorded. It will be recorded, so if you guys, want to come back and look at it or need to share with your team, then we'll send you guys a recording afterwards, as long as you registered. Okay.
All right, I think we can end it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more questions. So thanks everybody for taking some time out of your day. Thank you, Matt. John didn't even answer my first question asking for more. Thanks for attending, John. It was good to see a couple tech partners in here. But yeah, we'll follow up with you guys with the recording. And if you have any questions in the meantime, you can reach directly to your agency manager, or you can just shoot us an email at partners@justuno.com, and we'll do our best to help you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.